So when I started Homes for Heroes, I could see that there was good in real estate still, and that's why I ended up going back into real estate full time, because I felt that I could have more purpose than just selling a house.
This whole thing got started because Liz picked her phone up, and I thought that was super interesting because Shelle had called and she wanted a partner, and Liz picked up the phone and they had a conversation.
I think you got to find the person that you want to promote, to build them up. I want you to succeed. If you do better than me, I'm great with that.
I think this is going to be another one of those topics where this is just another boost.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our May edition of Real Talk by Homes for Heroes. My name is Leanne Clary, and this is my co-host, Matthew Ferrara. In case you missed our April edition, I really want to encourage you to go back and watch it. We featured Mark Davison, who is a very prominent real estate industry marketer, and he gave us some great suggestions around marketing with a cause and how to partner yourself with the cause and further your own mission as well as the mission of the cause that you are advocating for. So please go back and watch April if you didn't. But in the meantime, we have an exciting new May edition to bring you. Today, we are talking partnerships, real estate agent partnerships, lender partnerships, and just the overall value of finding that person that you can team up with to really help promote and generate business. So we have two very special guests with us, Liz and Shelle. Liz, I will start by you introducing yourself to our audience.
Great, thank you for having us. My name is Liz Foltynski, and I am a realtor here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. And I am an affiliate with Homes for Heroes. So I've been selling real estate for about 25 years. So
awesome. And Shelle?
Also, thanks for having us. I'm Shelle Page. I'm a mortgage lady in Minnesota. Of course, I lend all over the United States, but I have partnered with Liz in our give back efforts since 2015.
About right?
I think so. Right around there. Nice to be here.
Thank you. And Shelle also hosts a podcast, which is where I first saw her and Liz together and interacting, and they do these types of things all the time. And again, it just really is a great way to team up, partner, get your name out there, and help generate business and help people. So Matthew, I'll let you get us started.
All right, great. Liz and Shelle, we're very excited to have you share your insights with our audience. You know, Leanne, I think this is going to be another one of those topics where wherever you are in your career, this is just another boost, another leg up in not only creating more deals, but making a difference in your community. So, ladies, if you will, I want to kick off with just a big question, which is, in your minds, why are partnerships such an advantage to be able to be a business builder as well as get more involved in your local community? And then from that, maybe tell us a little bit about the kind of partnership you have built.
I think partnership is really important because, well, it's a lot. First of all, it's easier to have someone on your side and someone you can rely on all the time. I never have to worry about if Shelle's going to pick up my call or get back to me within a timely manner. We just have this understanding of each other, and we've been working together for a long time. So that's really important. And I think a partnership also makes your customer feel more safe because they know that you guys work together really well, so they feel really well taken care of. Obviously, the financial burden when we're doing marketing together, it's a lot more affordable, or we can do more of it. So it's like double-sided. It's changed my career having a partner that I can rely on. I'm not feeling like I'm floating around in space waiting for the next nice loan officer to show up. So it's benefited me and my business greatly.
And I would add that all of those things, plus the best thing about the relationship is we are not all at 100%, right? There's life, there's stuff going on, there's different degrees of busyness. And I think we can fill in those gaps really, really well of an understanding of what our needs are at that time. And I just think it makes us be better at what we do. It's also stronger for our clients to really suit our process to each individual person because everyone's a little different, right? Some people are talkers, texters, in person, on the go. Like we can experience we can use our strengths for that particular client and process. And even if it's not Liz's client or it's not my client, we still partner together, say, okay, I'm working with this lender. They're saying something about FHA. Shelley, what do you think? And it's like, yeah, I'll support that and say, yep, they will need to do that. Or I've got this listing coming up. Do you think this is going to be an issue with an appraisal? And vice versa. I can say, I've got somebody really scared. I think it's a perfect fit for you, but don't be pushy or please be pushy because they need it. I think it just is when you know somebody so well and how they operate, I think we all win, everybody involved in the transaction. And then when things go a little bit south and it's like tough, because sometimes it is, we're there to pick each other up. So that's how I look at it.
So let me follow up on that because it sounds like, okay, it's a win for your individual businesses. It's a win collectively because it multiplies your ability to reach and combine your budgets. It's a win for customers and clients. Partnerships sound like a triple winner, right, from this description. But for many real estate professionals, they really just aren't sure what does it mean to have a partnership and what's involved? What is the commitment like? How does it operate? Is it formalized, informalized? Can you just sort of describe, Shelley, a little bit about how you've formed the partnership and what does that mean? The level of formality, the level of commitment, the level of contribution, and then maybe even talk a little bit about how it really started, because that would be a good way for our audience to think, oh, okay, I'm in that position too. I could take a leap forward.
Sure. Well, I'll take that from the beginning of how it started is right away as an affiliate with Homes for Heroes many years ago, they sort of partner you up with someone. I'm not sure if it's the same process, but I think it's real close to that. And the folks who are still affiliates to this day, the realtor office, I called, I texted, I emailed. I even thought about dropping by, but I just never got any return phone calls, right? And so I went into it thinking we're all together. And at the end of the day, those partnerships were already established somewhere else. And so you'd love to say that this is just going to be an automatic in, but I just kept calling. Actually, I stopped by the corporate office and Jeff was there, Liz. Remember?
Oh,
And then they tried to partner me with him, but he wasn't doing a lot of real estate. And I'm like, I'm ready to go and get out there and whatever. And so they're like, you know what, you should talk to Liz and see what she says. And so I guess my advice is just find your person because I thought she was my mini me, like younger, more energetic. And I swear to goodness, we always wear the same clothes. So that was the first thing that I noticed. But I want to be very clear. I think a partnership, the biggest part of it is to understand we all have different lenders and we all have different real estate agents. And we have to understand that that's the business. That's okay. That actually helps us because then if I know the lender, I can help out on that end because we've been in the business for so long that it really is to have that foundation and that understanding and not get your feelings hurt or get upset or whatever and just understand that this is how it works. I just think it makes your partnership even stronger. And I encourage people who don't have that relationship just to keep looking for your person, you're going or your people, however it works. And I mean, it was just, she picked up the phone and she talked to me and it was that simple, really, when it comes down to it. Now it's lasted this long because we have so many things in common, but I don't know, Liz, what do you think?
well, yeah. First of all, don't be a secret agent. Pick up your phone.
Hmm.
I mean, that's that's a problem industry wide. People don't want to talk. They don't want to. They want to do it all on their time, and that's okay. I understand we're all busy, but yes, return your phone calls, text, do something, exchange information, and that's how we got started, and that's how we're here. I think Shelley and I have an understanding, and anyone you partner with should have this understanding. Like she said, we have other realtors and loan officers in our lives. Shelley's my number one. She knows that there's other loan officers out there. They know she exists. We all know. I'm friends with half of
Yes.
Shelley's other realtors. Like we go to dinner and things together. We are a collaborative team. We do not we do not gatekeep.
Right.
I don't know another way to really say it. We're a team, and not just for each other, for the goal of home ownership, right? And there's enough business for everybody. So whoever you partner up with, make sure you have the same mentality and the same mindset. So you're not, disagreeing on trivial things that could have been discussed in the beginning.
Well, and it's a benefit too, right? By keeping everything transparent and sharing our contacts with each other because over the years, many have gone to the brokerage that Liz is at, you know. Full
What
disclosure, my
kind of,
own daughter went over there, so it is, and she saw my daughter grow up, right? So it is, I think the suggestion for others is just you will last longer when you are having fun and with people that you like, whatever that landscape is, whatever part of the real estate industry that is. It's just a fact. We have fun.
Right. And so, you build a good relationship, you have a lot in common, you trust each other. I think those are the foundations of any good partnership, but it's not a separate business entity, right? It's just the two of you do a lot of business together, and you've found someone that you really are simpatico with, that you feel as if gets your values and treats clients and just people in general the way you would. So that makes a lot of sense. What's involved though? What does it mean to be a partnership? I know you guys do a lot of events together. I know you do some advertising together. If someone were thinking, well, okay, maybe I want to find my key anybody, not just a lender, my key attorney, my key appraiser, my key inspector, and make some relationships because then I would be of even greater service to my clients. What are the kinds of things you're doing other than just buying some advertising together or helping out when there's an active deal?
What I really like, well, we do a lot of events, and Liz, you'll go into all the things that we do. But what I really pride myself on is kind of that lull. We all have that lull business, right? Where you're like, the phone hasn't rang or whatever. So I'll call her up, whether we are at the coffee shop or over the phone or whatever. We're going to look at past clients. We're going to think about opportunities. Who have we talked to? It's really generating that new business when nothing seems to be happening or there's that lull. And then I always tell her, take a vacation because you're going to get so busy you can't handle it. But then through that, that's just staying motivated together. But then I'll let Liz go into all of the volunteerism and all the events and all of those things we do together.
I think that you need to have fun. Okay, so it's not just about the work. Shelley and I do a lot of silly stuff too. We don't always, we'll call it team building and we'll be at Costco. Okay. But we spend a lot of time together just in general because if you understand each other outside of work, it's easier to understand each other inside of work. We're close to each other's families. Like Shelley mentioned, her daughter actually and I work together. Maggie has been a great help to me, and hopefully I've been a great help to her and taught her a few things along the way. And then, of course, Shelley knows all my kids. She's taken them for weekends for me so I could get a break. And we do a lot of work together, too. We volunteer a lot together. Through Homes for Heroes, it had given us a lot of opportunity to go into spaces that maybe we wouldn't have gone into otherwise. I did have an in a little bit because my husband was a firefighter, so we started by going to his city because I knew a lot of the guys on the police, the fire, and at the city works. So in his city, a lot of the city public work guys also were paid on call firefighters. So it was like a really easy way for us to go in and meet guys. And you know what? They love us. We come in, we bring, I don't know, Valentine's candy, and then we sit with them on break and play cards. That's how we originally started getting our face out there together as a group. And then it's just evolved into this crazy, wild roller coaster of different things we do together.
Well, and a lot of foundation events, right? For federations, for police and fire. We do a lot of events around that. Kind of the new thing in the last year is we've been working together, like-minded affiliates with Homes for Heroes, because a lot of people are feeling alone and feeling in those pods and so by themselves. So we've started to reach out to some really quality agents and lenders that can be part of our give back in and support them in their initiatives and saying, and it all starts with us just asking, what can we do to help your business grow? And, it's business and it's personal. So what can we do to give back in both of those arenas?
I really like this angle. I like this aspect of how it's both business and personal, how in a way your partnership, while aimed at, creating some new opportunities, is sometimes just a part of your day you can rely on. Oh, I need a little pick me up. I need a little reminder that things are going to be okay if it's feeling a little quiet right now. Or I just need a break and let's go get a coffee. Let's go browse Costco or whatever it is. A partnership serves more than just a business generating purpose. It really is about filling your life and filling your career with the kind of people you enjoy being around. And in and of itself, the rest of the business will come. In fact, it's so fruitful between the two of you that you flipped that on its head. You said, we're having so much fun, we should reach out to others. I bet there are some other people who could use a little fun and also maybe use a little business. And so you're intentionally expanding your partnership, if you will, into much broader environment. I mean, Leanne, to me, this is like the heart and spirit of not just Homes for Heroes, but what it means to be a great real estate professional. It seems that there's a lot more to this industry than just how many transactions we can get done.
Yeah, I would like to say something to that if I could, because I will tell you how I got involved with Homes for Heroes and why I think what you just said is so amazing to me. Because real estate, I was a realtor before the crash, right? And so the crash really changed real estate for me. I hated it. Honestly, I didn't want to be a part of it. It was very negative and very cutthroat. And I'm not a salesperson in that way. I'm a relationship built agent. I care. I want to sell you a house because I want to see you happy. I'm not here for the numbers. Obviously, I need to make a living, but I'm not here to be the top of the best and make the most money possible. Otherwise, I wouldn't be giving back, right? So this whole dynamic that we've created here it's changed everything for me and how real estate felt. So when I started Homes for Heroes, I could see that there was good in real estate still. And that's why I ended up going back into real estate full time, because I felt that I could have more purpose than just selling a house. Because anyone can sell a house. But it's about the relationship and about the care to your client. And so Shelle has the same feelings about care to the client, and we are huge promoters of home ownership overall. And so I feel like we're not in competition. I mean, we're super competitive, don't get me wrong, but I'm really, at the end of the day, I can only compete with myself, and that's how we are able to be so collaborative and want to help others, because everyone wins when we're all succeeding, and there really is enough business to go around, in my opinion. So,
Liz, you said it best earlier when you said there's enough business for everybody. And I think you come from a place of abundance. And I think if you have an abundance mindset and not a scarcity mindset, and you're willing to really acknowledge and understand that there's enough for all of us and we're better together, especially if we have a partner and somebody we can lean on and work on, then it's rewarding twofold. And I think you two are prime examples of how that can happen.
thank you.
I also think this is one of those, people are always looking for a hack. They're always looking for a secret approach to real estate. And recently I was just writing about why I love to prospect. I find it joyful to prospect because the opportunity to pick up the phone and be the right person at the right moment for someone who says, I am so glad you called, or will someday look back and say, I remember the day you came into our lives and it changed everything for us. Not only did you help us sell or buy or whatever that transaction was, it just changed everything. To me, this is where partnerships are kind of like a little bit of a secret superpower, because that sense of doing something together now extends into a combined sphere of influence. It's Liz, it's your sphere of influence, it's Shelle's sphere of influence, it's both of your organization's sphere of influence, and the ripple effects of that are tremendous. We only have a couple of minutes left here, so I want to ask both of you maybe one more question. And Shelle, I'll start with you. When you think about partnerships in general, what is the piece of advice you would give to someone who is either thinking of getting going with a partnership or wants to maximize really the benefit of having these super strong relationships in their network? What piece of advice would you give them?
I think just being humble and transparent and talking to people and saying, hey, I don't know about you, but I sure would love someone who I could bounce back ideas and who I could help them grow their business. It's very much that mentality that we have a business that everyone's kind of going like this. Like, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to, I have one agent that every time they talk to me says, are you going to get me a new buyer? Are you going to get me a new buyer? And it's like, what are you going to, like, what are we going to do together? It's like, yes, of course, that's what you want. I am that lender who does give referrals. And I understand there's a lot of lenders who don't. That's very important to me. And that's also very important for me to share with all of my agents on that. But just be the person. I guess I should say, if you find somebody who just takes, and that works out for you, great. But I don't think it lasts. I think you got to find the person that you want to promote, build them up. I've always been that real estate professional that wants, I want you to succeed. If you do better than me, I'm great with that. And not, I will tell you this, I've been 4 and 5 in our state for many years with Homes for Heroes, and it drives me crazy. But it is my own fault because I don't always log those people in. Log your people in. But I do still have that competitive nature, but I feel really, really a lot of pride to help Liz grow her business. I also have a lot of pride in when maybe the business is a little tough, or there's just always those weeks we have every few months where it's like, oh my gosh, everything that could go wrong is going wrong. And to say, you got this, you've been here before. And I take a lot of pride in that. So, and I feel like the same way of like, I can just call and go, I don't want anything. I just want to tell you what's going on or whatever. But, my advice is just to be you, whatever that version of you is, and find somebody who complements it.
Nice. And Liz, same question to you. What advice for our audience about how to make the most of their partnerships?
I would say, talk to a lot of people and interview a lot of people, go on a lot of lunches or coffees and get to know them. And you know what? You might find that person might not be a great fit for you, but one of your other friends might be a great fit. I recently had that happen to me. And I have a good partner, but I know somebody who needs one, and I thought these people would be great together. So we are in the people business, right? So the more you talk to people and the more you get to know people, the better off you'll find out if they're a good fit for you. And, don't settle. Make sure it's a good, solid fit. And don't be afraid to change your mind. So after like 6 months, if you're like, ugh, this isn't really working, have that conversation, be like, I really like working with you, but XYZ, so I'm going to continue to search. It's okay if they get upset, it wasn't a good fit in the first place. That's really where you need to look at. Can I talk to this person openly and candidly and let them know how I'm really feeling? So if you don't have the good communication, it's probably not a good fit.
This is great advice, Liz, Shelle. Leanne, I think what I love most about their philosophy is that's a give to get, right? If you want to be like Shelle wakes up to be the chief cheerleader of the team, and Liz is thinking it's okay if this doesn't work out for us, but it could work out for someone else. There's no scarcity in either of their minds. So I'm so glad that we got to hang out with you today, and that our viewers got to meet you as well. Leanne?
Yeah, when I was talking with these two ladies before we did the recording, 3 things kind of came to mind for me. And first of all was this whole thing got started because Liz picked her phone up. And I thought that was super interesting because Shelle had called and she wanted a partner, and Liz picked up the phone and they had a conversation. And to your point, Liz, like, people don't pick up the phone and they lose out. And had you not picked the phone up, called her back, all of this might not have been possible. So
That's so sad.
never know. Yeah, you never know who's on the other end of the phone, so pick your phone up. And second of all, communication is key. I mean, you have to know when, how, do we text, do we call, how often, what does that look like? But there can't be any like blips in communication. We have to be lockstep in what we do. And third, have fun. Like you two have so much fun that it almost doesn't sound like work, and I'm jealous. So have fun with the person that you're with, and on the hard days, it just makes them so much easier.
And we definitely have fun here on Real Talk. That is for sure, because we get the pleasure in every episode of meeting some really amazing people who are doing some great things, wonderful role models for our industry and just our world in general. So Shelle, Liz, thanks again for being with us today. We really do appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. And I just want to remind our viewers to, first of all, be sure to share this episode and all of our episodes, if you can, with any colleagues you think could benefit from getting to know someone like our guests and taking some of their lessons and applying them to their business and their lives and their ability to grow and help others at the same time. So make sure you share our episodes. Make sure you stay subscribed and listen to us or watch us on any of your favorite viewers and podcast players. And don't forget, we have an archive of growing episodes. So go back and listen and watch to some of those old sessions as well. They're still great nuggets. They're evergreen. They're timeless. And if you have any thoughts or questions or comments, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We do read them all and we get back to everyone. So thank you so much for watching and listening and sharing and subscribing and being part of the Homes for Heroes journey as we do our bit to help raise up our industry and the world around us. We'll see you on our next episode.